This is IBM Museum. I'm trying to rebuild the SCSI subsystem of a PS2 model 85K/N. And so I'm going to attempt to run a flash update on for the SCSI microcode. And that's by going to the SCSI level page that I've composed over the years, and it's got links on this page to the different identifying when you see an FRU on a SCSI microcode of what that means, what level that is. And that's the link on the Art and Tool site. I can include that in the video description. And I'm scrolling all the way down to this area here where it has the SCSI wide that is on for the SCSI adapter that IBM called the Corvette. Even on the Corvette Turbo, and also for the planar SCSI of the K/N. And so I've gone through and I've downloaded the different firmware updates for that SCSI microcode. And I'm going to try, I think I'm going to try the version 71 first. I've got a diskette in my drive of my Windows XP system here that we're on right now. And I may have to put on my glasses so I don't have to swoop this up to the big screen up above. And we want to run, I'm going to try the Rev 71 update first. Okay, so I've got that typed in there. It's one of the files, and then I've got the Corvette 77.exe that is also in there, but we'll try for the version 71 first, and just making a okay, and during the extraction process, this is clicking along fairly quickly. And I don't think this will be any lengthy sort of video. So I don't know if I'll pause it, just kind of see how this progresses. And I'm really hoping that, and I don't think I've attempted it on this system before, and we'll just have to see if the SCSI microcontroller is in a condition to be flashed and what that actually does. Okay, so a little bit above halfway. And I'll go through and I can switch screens at the appropriate time. Let's go through and eject that one diskette out of there. It's a boot diskette with the system information tool. And I just got done with that video. Okay. And we're just going to press, I don't want to do another copy, but let's go through and eject diskette, put it into the model 85. Give me just a moment. I'm going to switch screens, and that should be very quick with my little remote here. Okay, and for that quickly, And let me see what is on that. Okay. So there's even an auto exec bat. And that's where the SCSI level originally came from, was this. So this looks like it has the ability, and I'll have to see with the condition that the system is in, it has the ability to boot from this, although I don't know if that is required. I'd rather not try to boot from this diskette. Okay. Okay. So let's just try running the auto exec. And yeah, the image is bootable. Okay, press any key. Okay, reboot the system to activate the new code level. So let's just see, with leaving that diskette in there, if it'll let us boot to the diskette again, or whether it's going to complain about that SCSI subsystem. I'm just debating on whether I need to turn off the heat in the room here too. It's getting warm enough. And okay, and we're going to do escape for the fast boot. I don't want to get stuck in the slow count of memory. And even this can take a lengthy period of time. We're coming up on 8 minutes of recording time. And if this goes through and is able to do a recovery, and I don't have any drives plugged in right now on the system, but that's easily enough done as well. Okay, still the SCSI complex error. And okay. Okay. Okay, error occurred. And I still have not retrieved a diagnostic diskette. If this fails, that'll probably be another video that we'll do. And so let's see if we can just do a start operating system. We'll give it that diskette that has the firmware update on it. I may have to go through and make another diskette. Maybe with that 77. It's not prompting me if I want to do the fast. Okay, this lengthy time that sits there with the cursor in the upper left-hand corner. And F1 to start the operating system. Okay, and we just want to control brake, and yes, okay. So again on that, okay, and let's see if we can get any detail. Okay, so get pause ID, command failed. Okay. Now I'm tempted. Okay. And let's switch back to the XP system, where we have our screensaver going. Okay. And we're going to do, because I think I'm going to go for that Corvette 77. And I'm aware that I have contents on my diskette. Okay. I thought that that was... Okay. So this... And I'm familiar enough with this program. It looks like an older... Okay. Yeah, somebody made a this into a self-extracting. I was glad that the content that I had on the diskette is going to be wiped anyway through this utility. This is a handy program, and he's got a newer version now that the interface looks a lot the same, but it's moved on to the, he used to call it disk. Okay, so it's still listed as RD version 4.12. But he has it as like RD4 USB now, I think is the, and so it has the ability to work with USB drives, but also the ability to do extraction of an image file, just like the WinImage program, to a diskette. And the nice thing is you can run it on a 64-bit system to, if you have that image format of the diskette you want to create, and it will create it on a 64-bit system. So it's a great utility to have. I will likely cover that in a later video. Okay, and we're coming up on 16 minutes of recording time. This may take some time. Okay. Operation completed with no error. Okay. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to pop the diskette in there, switch over to my model. If I have the right keyboard, helps. Okay. So, is it a matter to where okay. I'm not sure exactly how this is executed at all. Is it thinking that there's a... Okay, switch over to our... Okay, so we're going to do quit. Okay, I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to do... I probably don't need to do another tab. Let's just browse to that HTML file and see how that is expected to work. Okay. So, and with the coding, the 4-6 and 4-7, that's the Corvette as it was known on the RS 6000 systems. And I'm not sure if that other... Okay. So it looks like there's some Linux steps or... What is the... Okay, or oh, that's AIX binary file. Machine powered on AIX operating system. Login as root. Okay. So that process is apparently for the RS6000 or AIX operating systems. Okay. And I know I have some other microcode images. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if upgrading to the version 77 is going to be possible with that image I have, that diskette image. Even the original, there can be, I guess I misspoke on a previous video that I said 71 was a common version on the Corvette. I've I think more commonly seen version 58, and I had one Corvette that it had version 57 is the reason I have it listed there. But often at times the Corvette came with version 58. As it's showing there, you know, in my chart, it does look like the K/N planar had as low as version 58. I marked it as also as version 7, but the point was that this SCSI microcontroller can be flashed, can be upgraded with that firmware image. And so I think I listed all available for the possible SCSI adapters that would do. But it does not look like that process is able to revive the planar SCSI on the system. I don't know what's necessarily going on, and if that planar SCSI has gone out, if I can't go through and work with it, then it just makes the system unusable. It's not a matter of plugging in a Corvette and having a working system from there. So I'll need to decide what further steps I can do for a diagnostic on the system, because just trying to go through and flash the firmware update to get it revived is apparently not working. And go back to the okay, and I've got a different diskette in there now. I've got the 28. And I think SCSI level is just going to still tell us that the get POS command failed. And I think this is the reference diskette. Okay. I may have to review what that program did. Well, let's go through. Let's remake that. Let's remake that version 71 image. And that's it. One update. Oh, I don't have my. Okay, I'm gonna. Well, no reason to pause it, I guess. Maybe repeating some of the steps again. Well, yeah, I'll go through and I'll pause it and I'll be right back with when it's completed. Okay, and that is complete. We're just going to press Enter on the right keyboard. And we're going to eject the reference diskette that we have is the same color and style as that diskette we just created. We're going to switch back to the VGA. And we're going to do a directory on that diskette. Okay. So the down. Okay. Okay. Or do I have to do this on, because I think this is going to be quite a bit of information, and it's bad command or file name is from the me trying to pipe it into the more command. Okay. And all the IBM PS2 SCSI fast wide adapters or equivalent chipsets found on the system boards, they're detected in the system. The download program, down new, will not perform the adapter that it finds to have already have a newer level of code than revision 71 bin. Okay. But they have the revision 58 bin file in there. I wonder what the down... Okay. So I think I can give it d8.bin. I think this tries to revert it back to revision 58. Okay, so download error, slot number. So it's not... I don't think it's identifying the... I don't think it's identifying the planar SCSI. Yeah. So both binary images. And so the files that look like that they're there, this... what they're saying of the down new.exe, that doesn't upgrade the BIOS if your binary image is different from, is newer than the firmware version that you're trying to flash to the chip. But it looks like the down CORV will, as long as you have that binary image, it will flash that level to the SCSI microcode. And there are other bin images. And when I do the down new, well, we went through and we just ran the auto exec bat. And that specifies the full command line that we're supposed to use. Okay. I have the autoexec.bat file there. Okay. Firmware level. Okay, and so it's down new. Okay, and I guess that does give a download error as well. So this SCSI microcode is just, it's to a point that it's non-functional. The SCSI microcontroller itself on the planar is beyond repair. So this is not working. Even if I had other binary images, and I do on so I have other binary images I could use with that down new upgrade processor that would go through and flash those levels, including the 77. If I wanted, and there's even newer stuff. But that program is having trouble applying it to the flash update to that SCSI microcode chip is what it sounds like. And I may have to do some, maybe that planar is just, I may have to desolder the SCSI microcode off of that planar to see if I can somehow salvage that planar in some form. So any further work, at least I have that other Model 85K/N. And I can put the hard drive back in there and I can see what operating system I have loaded on there. And if I'm going to go forward with the plans based on that, or whether I'm going to put Warp, OS2 Warp on there. And there's some things to the Warp install on Model 85s that are in the notes of that, the page of information on the Model 85, the K/N. And so in the video description here, I'll probably, for all this work, I'll link to that SCSI level page. That'll be a good overview that people can review, and this is going to be just kind of an extra content sort of video, and it looks like it's coming up on 37 minutes of recording time. So I'll post it, but it's just one of those things with working with these systems where you can go round and round in circles sometimes just to try and figure out that some component is not working like it should and what you have to do to recover from that. And that's going to have to wait till another video. I've got to think on this one a little bit more. But if you do enjoy the video and enjoy the content I'm presenting, click on that like button. And by all means, subscribe to my channel if you have not already. But this is IBM Museum. That's all I have for now. Thank you.